When it's Misty here, thank you so much for joining me. Hey, hi, hello. New day, new plan. New day, new plan. Okay, so if you're new here, new to my channel, hi, my name is Misty. I've been documenting just bullcrap. I've been documenting kind of my health journey, whatever you want to call it, for the last 8 years. Spent 7 of those years trying to get a diagnosis, and I've spent this year trying to work through the diagnosis and all my feelings, etc. around it. So yeah, so my last video I talked about, I gave you information on the immunologist and the hand surgeon and somebody else, I don't remember. Some of you mentioned methotrexate might be the reason why my immune globulin is off. Thank you very much for that. And that's why I come to you guys with these things, because some of you guys are so much more knowledgeable than I am. I see my rheumatologist next week and I see the immunologist the week after. So I'll talk with her about it. I want off of it anyway, because that is the main reason why I'm going bald. I mean, it's a chemo drug, right? And unless we're seeing significant changes in my blood work, I don't know. I don't know that I notice it different with it or without it. So that's a conversation to have with her. Hopefully I see her and not her PA, but even if I see her PA, I will, I'll make sure to get that asked. Because again, I don't want to be on any more medicines than I need to be on. And if methotrexate may be contributing to other issues, then I think it's worth a discussion on whether or not it's something that I absolutely have to have, or if we can try something different along with it. So that's what happened there. I mentioned that I still haven't decided on a way of eating, and honestly, I'm so tired of thinking about it. Like, I'm just so tired of thinking about it, aka obsessing over it. So yeah. So new day, new plan. And what I mean by that is I have a concrete plan for this week. We're gonna take it one day at a time. So I am having a bilateral facet injection in, like, I think it's T10 to T12. It doesn't say on my paper. I thought it did. It just says thoracic spine. And what that is they go into your joints and they it's kind of like lidocaine. They inject it into the nerve, and depending on how much relief you get with that will determine if you're a good candidate for a rhizotomy. Now, rhizotomy is a nerve ablation. It doesn't take very long. They put you to sleep. They basically burn the nerve, and then it takes 4 weeks or so for you to start really getting relief. I had one, my last one was done on my cervical spine. I will never do that again on my neck. No thank you. No thank you. No thank you. I had a really bad experience with it, and I don't know, my pain management doctor, she's like, you're the second person to say that it really hurt this time. It felt like the worst sunburn of my life. Like, I couldn't even handle one stray lone little hair touching my back. At one point, I swore everything was inflamed and I probably had blisters, and my husband's like, there's nothing. And I'm like, no, there has to be something. It feels like it's infected. Nope. So I was just like, if I had that done first, I would have never done my lumbar spine. So it'll be interesting to feel how we do in the thoracic spine. I have a bulging disc there. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. My facet joints are oversized anyway. All of my facet joints are oversized, I guess. So anyway, I chose not to have sedation this time. It's quicker for me to just have him give me the shots, and then I go on about my life, because getting an IV at 6 o'clock in the morning is basically damn near impossible. And since they've changed their instructions, like their before instructions, like I have to, 24 hours before, I have to switch to a clear liquid diet, and then 12 hours before, I can't be on anything. I don't know how that's going to work out, because that's 6 p.m. and I have to take my pills when I go to bed. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, and I have to be off wegovy. So I didn't take a shot Saturday, and I won't take a shot this Saturday either. I have to be off of it for a full 8 days. So in order to make that work, I had to come off of it this weekend. So the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be basically without any kind of medication for my diabetes. So the plan for the next, at least this week, is to be as low carb as possible. So no tortillas, no bread. Well, I may keep the Aldi bread because that has literally zero effect on my blood sugar because it's basically gluten and flax. But definitely not the low carb tortillas, especially the Mission ones. Those are kind of carby. I have apples and carrots. I'm gonna skip those too. The apples should be fine. The carrots maybe not. What else? I'm gonna be as low carb as possible. I found a recipe for pecan pie mousse though. Just like, I had Rob go ahead and buy me the mascarpone cheese, but I'll probably wait on that too. But yeah, it's just, I want to be as low carb as possible for a couple of reasons. Number one, I need to detox because I've been all over the place. But number two, I need to be able to see my results off of Wegovy. Like, can I do this without being on Wegovy or Ozempic? Can I keep my blood sugars down? Now, I know 2 weeks is probably not this week, next week. Yeah, 2 weeks is probably not enough time to actually see what's happening, but I don't know. I went off of it. You guys have heard me say I went off of it. So yeah. Ooh, I found, and listen, did we talk about this the last time? I don't remember. So I've been dealing with chronic constipation and an underactive bladder. I talked to my regular doctor and he was like, he's like, this is probably the Wegovy. He said, because it slows down your digestion to keep you fuller longer. And he said, and it just makes sense that it's slowing down other areas as well. And I was like, oh, great. And another reason why I went off Wegovy. So I was like, taking laxatives. I drank a whole bottle of magnesium citrate. I was doing Miralax every morning. Like, nothing was working except for pizza. Pizza worked both times. And I'm guessing it's because of the fat. I don't know. Anyway, so I was just like, okay, I can't eat pizza every time I need to go to the bathroom or need to get things moving. So this is called Dr. Bo's Colon Cleanse. I think it's called Colon Cleanse. I don't remember. But anyway, I looked on Amazon, searched for colon cleanse, and found one where most of the people are like, stay by a bathroom. And I was like, okay, that's exactly what I need. So you take 1 to 2 pills, and it's like a 15-day detox or whatever. So I took 2 pills the first day and had a pretty good movement. And then I took 2 more the next day and had a pretty good movement. And I have been regular ever since. Now, I have not had the explosive stuff that everybody talked about where I have to be chained to the bathroom at all. So that tells me I was more backed up than I thought I was, but it has kept me regular. Yesterday was the first day that I haven't gone to the bathroom in the week that I took it. So I got a call from my GI doctor because I had called them and asked them, what do I do? And they were like, go to the emergency room. So his PA called and she's like, he can't find your records at the hospital. And I said, that's because I didn't go. I said, I told my husband, if I have a bowel movement today, I'm not going to go to the hospital. I said, so I had a bowel movement, so I didn't go to the hospital. I said, but I finally found something that worked. And she's like, what was it? And I told her, and it basically has like psyllium husk, which is like Metamucil. It has MCT oil. It has 2 or 3 different things. It's all natural. And it worked. So I picked up a bottle of MCT oil to start putting in my coffee. Now, when it's cooler outside, I'll do a bulletproof coffee with heavy cream and butter. And I've done that for years now. But during the summer, I don't use butter because I like iced coffee. And I don't want chunks in my coffee. So I thought, you know what, let's try MCT oil. And maybe that will help keep me regular. I don't know. I know a lot of people have issues with it. So we'll have to wait and see. I did not try it today. I'm hoping to go get my nails done tomorrow. They're grown out pretty far. So if I have somewhere to go, either the day before I won't eat and I won't drink a coffee, or I'll drink a coffee and not eat, or vice versa. And I don't drink a coffee the day of. I used to be one of those people that could stop by Starbucks, go get my nails done, sipping my iced coffee or whatever. And now that is just not something that I can do, even being this constipated, because I never know when the wegovy is going to be like, nope, we don't want this, and it's going to make me sick to my stomach. And they have one bathroom. And I'm like, no, thank you. I'm not going to do that. So if you're interested, let me know. It's called Dr. Bo. Dr. B-O. Like my brother, Dr. Bo. And like I said, it worked. I didn't have the chain to the bathroom experience with it, but it has kept me regular. And I really do appreciate that. Really do appreciate that. So what I've done this week is I have a dozen and a half of eggs. I've got some bacon. We've got steaks. I have some chicken that I need to eat up. I am going to focus on being as low carb as possible this week and hopefully the next week as well. Will I add in mushrooms or whatever here and there? Possibly. If we have steak, I love canned mushrooms with my steak, but I also love steak and eggs, so I can try that too. Pardon me. I did minimal makeup today because I tried 2 different eye looks and I irritate my eyes. So no more eyeshadow. So that's the plan, just new day, new plan. I don't know. I feel like I filmed like for 6 hours the last few days a day, and I feel like I've kind of put too much focus on, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain myself. But I didn't really have time to think about food this weekend because I was, crafting and trying to film, and I'm trying to film ahead because after the rhizotomy, it could be hit or miss. After the facet injections, it can be hit or miss. Sometimes, there's no pain in the injection site. Sometimes there is pain in the injection site. This is right by my ribs, so I don't know how that's going to work. Like, he does it with an x-ray, so I trust him implicitly. He's fantastic. I've been seeing him now for 4 years. I see him for my procedures. I have a separate doctor that's closer to home. So yeah, I trust him implicitly, but I never know how I'm going to feel afterward. So I want to make sure that I have everything up and ready to go. Oy. I will probably film my October weigh-in video on Wednesday of next week. I know that's the 2nd, but that's the day I'll be up and around because of seeing the rheumatologist. Am I looking forward to that? No. Is it also not, I'm not going to let it derail my progress? Yes. That's one thing I talked about in my last video, I'm pretty sure, that my therapist and I are working through, and I'm doing my best. It's just like, Misty, I have to meet myself where I'm at. That I've been repeating that over and over, especially when I get frustrated if I can't do something or if I have to take a break. I'm like, Misty, you have to meet yourself where you're at. And where I'm at right now is not the Misty from 8 years ago or 9 years ago. I can't do as much as I used to do, and I have to stop letting that frustrate me. I have to stop letting that kind of be one of those catalysts where I'm like, throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like, I can't let that be a catalyst for spiraling and just eating food. Someone mentioned food addiction. I don't feel like I'm addicted to food at all. I'm an emotional eater for sure, but I don't think I'm addicted to food. And the reason why I think that's because I didn't eat for 21 days and nothing sounded good. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not, and it's not, so I don't think it's a food addiction. I think it's more a crutch. It's a coping mechanism, and one that I've used since I was 5 years old. So it's like, okay, I just have to, again, take it one day at a time. So that's what we're going to do. We'll start that tomorrow. Today I've had a coffee. I didn't have it with MCT oil. What did I have it with? Heavy cream. And then I've been using a little bit of that Fairlife milk for my cold foam and drinking it that way. I actually pretty like it. I like it that way. And it doesn't really affect anything, actually. Because not much. I mean, if it's even a fourth of a cup, and I don't use all the foam because you have to have it at a minimum height or whatever. And I try not to have as much as that makes. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it. I was tempted to buy some tops today. I really want a Buffalo Bills t-shirt. I have a Tampa Bay Bucks t-shirt. Poor Baker. But I really want a Buffalo Bills t-shirt and a Lions t-shirt. And so Torrid had the Bills one. It was on sale. And I'm like, and then they also had like a strawberry shortcake shirt. And I'm like, Missy, you don't need another strawberry shortcake shirt. But this one's long sleeved. It's like, Missy, you don't need another strawberry shortcake shirt right now. So I'm trying to hold off on buying any clothes until I can get some weight off and lose a couple of inches at least. So that's really going to be my focus over the next month, is just consistency, just sticking with it, being consistent, and just breathing, meeting myself where I'm at. Like that is going to be the goal. Because one of the things I talked about at the very beginning of the year is how I set unrealistic expectations for myself. I have a very unrealistic expectation of me and what I should do, and when I don't do it, like I get really frustrated, and things we just literally just talked about. Another thing that I've been talking about with Rob is my cognition. He's like, it's not that bad. I'm like, but I feel like it's bad. I said, because you're not in my head, and you're not like, you don't know just how much I'm having to think through what I'm doing, etc. It's like, I don't know. It's really bugging me. And again, I just have to, again, meet myself where I'm at. I'll let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I still need to sit down and kind of make a routine for myself. I think that will help go a long way into keeping me consistent and keeping me on track. If I have, set thing to do every day of the week, knowing that if I'm having a bad day, that it doesn't mean that I am a failure and blah, blah, blah. It means my body is saying, yo, slow down, bish. You're doing too much, bish. You're doing too much. So that's definitely something that I want to be mindful of. So I've had the itch to play in my planner. And I've been getting a Facebook ad. I think it's Hubman Chub Girl. I think it's what they're called. They have the cutest damn stickers on the planet. So I signed up for a sticker subscription for my planner. And I bought a new planner, a 6-month planner. I've always loved plum paper planners. I've been using them. Shit, when did I start planning? 2015, 2014, 2015? I used to do plan with me videos on my Jolly Fed Off channel. I did that for years, and I stopped when I stopped working because I was like, I don't have anything to plan. I still honestly don't have a whole lot to plan, but I feel like if I sit down, do a daily routine, and I can mark stuff off, I will feel productive. Because one of the things that I always struggled with, especially in the profession I was in after leaving the classroom, is I am very much someone who likes concrete results. So when I was teaching, if I taught a lesson and I graded and like 75% of them really got it and grasped it, I was like, okay, good. So I would work with the ones who didn't, and then we would get everybody to, at least 85% of the class where they knew what we were doing, and the other ones I could work with on the side. So having those concrete tests really helped me with seeing that my effort is leading to something. I think that's why I love card making so much, because there's a finished product. And that is the one thing I always struggled with being a supervisor. And a lot of it was like, you can't see what you've put in. You know what I mean? And I've always said, like, if I have one teacher change something for the better, that has the potential to touch hundreds of lives, right? If I can show a teacher a better way of how to interact with kids, and they take that forward, and that's how they interact with the rest of the kids in their career, then I've done something that touches potentially hundreds of little lives. But there's no concreteness to that. You know what I mean? And I am definitely someone who needs concrete. And that's why I bought this little jar, and I'll show it to you guys. I'll try to throw up a picture. And my goal is to put one thing in the jar every day that I'm consistent. And then when I'm filled it all the way up, then I can pick something to pick up. Like I can purchase stuff for my planner, or maybe I can get an eyeshadow palette, or maybe I can do something, save some money. I really want like an electric trike. I want an electric trike so very badly. And I told her, I was like, I could ride it to Walmart. And he's like, Missy, that's how are we going to get it all home? I was like, it comes with baskets. It's like, being homebound is awful. Like, it is the absolute worst. And I've mentioned before how incredibly blessed and lucky I am that I have a partner in this, someone that can help me, someone that can push me, someone that can, be my safe place when I just need to cry. You know what I mean? And I'm very lucky in that, but I want something that will let me leave the house. Like, I want to be able to go and do. And the thing about an electric trike is you can either pedal, or you can let that pedal for you. And my thought was I could pedal for as long as I could, take a break, let it push us, and then I can pedal when I need to. The only issue we would probably run in is having to hold my arms up like that. But yeah, I don't know. I want something that I can do to get out of the house. And yeah, I didn't get in the pool at all this summer. I'm very sad about that. But at least my wrist is starting to feel better. I do still have a couple of times where it's like I woke up this morning, it was bothering me a little bit. So I've tried to baby it just a bit. But yeah, this video is probably all over the place. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. One thing Rob and I were talking about yesterday was that now that it's starting to cool off, I can get into baking. I have a really great snickerdoodle recipe from Nom Nom that I love. The keto focused carrot cake, I turned that into muffins. It's delicious. I want to make apple enchiladas. Use the no sugar added apple pie filling and ate low carb tortillas. So you're not getting a whole lot of apple, but you're getting some apple, and then you make this glaze go on top. I made it before a long time ago. I made a cinnamon roll cake a long time ago. That would be really good if I could figure out how to make it low carb. I'm not much of a sweets person, but muffins and stuff are also good for Rob, because that'll be a good snack. Like, he's been snacking on summer sausage and cheese and crackers, which he's not going low carb completely, but he's eating less and less carbs. So yeah. I feel like I feel closer to how I felt in August. At the 1st of August, I was like, let's go, let's get it. I'm ready to get it done. And then it collapsed. And then now I'm like, okay, I'm back. I'm ready to get it done. I'm ready to sit down. I'm ready to work things out. I am ready, Freddy. So yeah. So I will start recording food and stuff tomorrow. And I guess I'll upload on Mondays. Tuesday to Sunday, upload on Mondays. And then we'll be Monday to Sunday. Upload on Monday. I'll get it figured out. But it's definitely something I plan on doing for a while. I've also considered a food diary. I don't know, you guys. My concern, and I've mentioned this a bazillion and million times, are numbers. I get so fixated on numbers. I just feel like that's a trigger for me, and that I'm basically setting myself up for failure if I try to count calories, try to count macros, all of that. But I would like to keep a food diary, just to kind of keep tabs on like how it makes me feel. Maybe I have some trigger foods or whatever. I don't know. I just feel like maybe having a diary is a good idea. I do have a membership with Creative Fabrica, and so they have tons of planner things on there, so I can print off a meal planner, and just add it to what I've been working on. So that's kind of where my head is at the last week of September. It's officially fall. We actually had a cold front and got rain today. We're getting a cold front tomorrow. Cold front meaning we were in the 80s because we've been in the mid to high 90s the last week. I really hope this is real fall, not fake fall. I hate fake fall. I hate fake fall, and do I hate it more than I hate fake spring? I don't know. It's up for grabs. But that's it. So not a whole lot to report. Just trying to get in the right headspace to get shit done. I really want October to be completely different than the rest of the months have been this year. I want to feel a bit more centered. I need to reach out to the place where I do my Spravato to make sure I get an appointment, because I do not want to risk being sick again. So yeah, that's what's going on in my world. How are you guys doing over there? How you been? How you doing? How you been? I don't know. I don't feel like I'm in a bad headspace. I kind of feel kind of meh right now. And again, I think it's because I'm just trying to manage expectations and meet myself where I'm at. Like, I just have to keep repeating that, meet myself where I'm at. I'm trying to meet myself where I'm at. I'm really trying to meet myself where I'm at. Okay, so that's it. Super low carb. I'll start filming meals tomorrow. I'm not having salad or anything like that. Like, I'm guessing probably I'll boil some eggs, make some deviled eggs. That sounds real good. Bacon is always good. Like I said, we have got some ribeye. We bought some grass-fed ribeyes because they were on sale at Aldi. They're all right. I don't know that they were worth the price, but I did it. And that's one thing that I probably should sit down and film another video about, but I believe I already have one. You don't have to invest so much money in the foods we eat, like Rouse, whatever it's called. Like, we use the Hunts, and it's like $1.50 a can, and it doesn't bump my blood sugar up at all. The pizza sauce from Greater Value doesn't bump my blood sugar up at all, because I'm not paying $5, $6, $7 a jar for tomato sauce. I'm not doing it. You can do it if you want to. Same way with like Kerrygold. It's like, I have to fit this lifestyle into our budget and not the other way around. So, yeah. Rambly. It's because I don't want to have to go edit. I don't want to have to go edit. So, yeah, that's it. Oh, I'm so bald. I know someone said wigs, but my head is so big. Anyway, all right, that's it. I love you guys. I will see you when I see you. I don't know when that will be. I try to be a little bit more active. I say that all the time, and then I don't, and then I feel bad, and here we go. We start the cycle over again. So, all right, friends. Bye.